interesting question. So if we look at the general population, about 51% of the population are women. And they have been birthing children for years and years and years. And what I would say is that fast, rapid anal fisting could cause damage. So it's not also just about the anal sphincters. So you've got the external sphincter, that's the one you can control. The internal sphincter, that's the one you can't control, but just above that is the pelvic floor. So it's a beautiful basket-shaped kind of muscle, and it's what keeps your guts inside your guts, basically. So women, when they're birthing a child, their labour will go over hours and hours, and that's slowly dilating the muscles and allowing them to open up. Now, if you look at some expert fisters, you'll see that they don't just start punching away. It's not one of those videos, my friend. Just because it happened on X-Tube doesn't mean that there wasn't stuff happening beforehand. And you can start with a finger and then 2 fingers. But what I would say is go slow. Really go with the sensations of the body. And if it's feeling uncomfortable, back away and stop. But what I would say is that there is an inherent risk with fisting that you could damage the muscles. More importantly, you could damage the pelvic floor. And the pelvic floor is super important for things like continence, as well as sort of keeping all of your bits and pieces in place. So there is always a risk, but what I would say is get trained by somebody who knows what they're doing. Always go into these activities relaxed. If you're tense, if you're stressed, those muscles are not going to relax. It's better to just say, you know what, I'm not relaxed, I'm not feeling up for it today, let's do something else. Take your time and read your body and learn what the sensations feel like, and then you can go into the endeavor slowly and safely. This is a bit of a tough question because I've only met a few people who are really into serious depth play, and say for example Scott, the main creator at SquarePeg, amazing guy who's done an incredible interview, and I urge you to go and check out that interview where he talks about depth play. The problem being with once you go past 3 centimeters into the butt, you don't have pain receptors. And you've got a number of different curves in there, and if you're not aware of what you're looking for, you could hit and get caught into a dead end, and if you keep on pushing, you could push through the wall of the gut. Colonoscopies, say for example, if you go to colonoscopy, the guy who's operating that has many advantages. One, he can actually move the end of the scope, right? He can do that. 2, he can inflate the gut up with air so there's room to pass it through, and most importantly, they've got a camera on the end so they can see what the hell they're doing. Blind depth play is really tricky, and I would say it is an advanced sport. It's something that I would say go and speak to an expert. Learn the sensations over time, learn what it feels like, and most importantly, learn the anatomy of your body. And that way you'll have an understanding of what you're coming up with. The other thing with depth play, if you're going to explore that, is to go with soft and squidgy. Soft and squidgy is not the easiest to get through the first 2 sphincters, but it's really important that when it comes to bash against the end of something, see, that's not it'd be very difficult to perforate a bowel with something that's soft and wiggly. But the thing is that it might actually make it easier to go around corners and stuff like that. So for depth play, you need something that's super soft, super flexible, and with your partner that you're playing with, it's really important that you have good communication. Maintain eye contact with the person that you're playing with. So the minute you can see distress or anything like that on the face, or if the gut goes, all the muscles hold up, stop. Maybe even pull back a little bit. Learn to read your partner's body to get an understanding of what might be happening inside there as well.